Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's new summer sci-fi blockbuster. Is it worth watching? Let's talk about it. A whistleblower, played by Josh O'Connor, and a meteorologist, played by Emily Blunt, are mysteriously intertwined whenever Josh O'Connor's character steals video evidence from a government agency who has been concealing the existence of aliens. Now, what I do really appreciate about this movie is how it makes you wonder and ask yourself questions leaving the theater, like, how would I react to the existence of aliens? How would the people around me react? And the movie is able to dive into this basically because it shows a ton of different character perspectives. Eve Hewson, who plays Josh O'Connor's girlfriend named Jane, used to be a nun, and so her viewpoint and the nuns' viewpoints I found particularly interesting. She also gives a really great performance, but of course, the standout here is Emily Blunt. She can do no wrong in any movie. There is one scene in particular right after a pretty impressive train sequence where she's having a panic attack, and I was just thinking in my head, like, as I was trying not to cry, like, oh my gosh, somebody please give her an Oscar at this point. Like, come on, people. All the other performances were pretty good too. Going back to the train sequence, though, I was pretty impressed by all of the action chase sequences and scenes at the beginning. They were all pretty intense and really well shot, the train sequence especially. However, because of these chase sequences, there was multiple times where I was like, yeah, there's no way this nerd who literally even admits at the beginning of this movie that he's not fit for this would be able to outrun, outdrive, and like constantly just be outsmarting and sneaking past a bunch of trained government agents. No way. And that brings me to basically like all of my biggest issues with this movie is just the fact that there's so many aspects of it that are just not believable, like whatsoever, and it just takes you out of the movie. Sticking with the characters, just not making believable choices. When the main characters finally meet up in the middle of the movie with the antagonist, something big should be happening here, but instead, once again, the characters around them are just acting not how humans would actually react. And so they're able to get out of a situation that could be super tense and conflict heavy super easily. It kind of was like, oh, you did such a good job at the beginning of the movie where you built up all this intrigue around, oh, why is she making all these noises? And it just makes it go from interesting and mysterious to very predictable. It could have been a perfect opportunity, too, for the antagonist to really make you hate him, but instead made a lot of choices that made his character just not believable and also not threatening. It felt like an obvious case of the script writer wanting the characters to get from point A to point B, and filmmakers, writers, please stop with the CGI animals. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but it's like, speaking of taking you out of a movie, I get it. The CGI animals are very important in this movie, but they just look so out of place. And there's a scene in particular where you kind of get a little revelation, predictable revelation, about the animals. It's supposed to be this, oh, whoa moment, but they just look so bad. It just looks like AI. Can we just please stop with the AI animals? All nitpicking aside, I did still enjoy the movie, Emily Blunt's performance, and the questions that you have when you leave the theater about, oh, how would the world react to the proof of aliens? How would my beliefs be affected by that? Those kind of interesting questions made it worth watching for me because it was fun to discuss after watching the movie. So, if you're a conspiracy theorist, a sci fi enjoyer, and don't mind characters that have plot induced stupidity, then you still will probably have a great time watching this movie. Just don't go into the movie with overly high expectations. This is not the next E.T., okay? Not the next Jaws. You can see it in the theater if you really want to, but might be better watching it on your couch at home. I give Disclosure Day a. eh, eh. Bye and subscribe for more reviews on the way.